The front row, it's Casey Kane and Tony Elliott, your defending former champion, and now leads the point standing. In the second row, Ryan Newman and Tony Ave. In the third row, he's won the last two outings, Tracy Hines and Dave Darlin, your fast qualifier. Then it's Eric Gordon and Jimmy McCune in row 4. In the fifth row, Billy Puterbaugh and Jay Drake. Row 6, Dave Steele looking for his 6th sprint car victory here at Raceway Park, and Brian Tyler. Jonathan Benner, the 17-year-old from Southern Indiana, and Jason McCord. In the 8th row, Bud Kading and Steve Cerniak. In row 9, Jack Hewitt and Brian Gerster. In the 10th row, it's Brandon Petty and Derek Davidson. The 11th row, Justin Marvel and Brett Poole. As they come off the corner, 30 laps. The yellows will not count. Good side by side, good start. And the youngster Casey Kane grabs the lead.
He got a great start. He got on the throttle at the right time. And look at Ryan Newman already to the inside of Tony Elliott. Now then, we're going to see if he can keep his tires a little cooler than he did the last time. Remember, he got up to a great start in his heat race, but he heated up the tires and went backwards near the end.
Well, he goes by. He's in second position. Elliott rides in third. And he's being challenged for that position.
Tracy Hines now has moved into third spot, so he's also having a good run, and he's got up front very, very quickly early in this race.
Well, we heard from Dave Steele earlier, starting back in the 6th row, in the 11th position. A long way for him to go to challenge for a victory here this evening.
You can see the pack back behind those top three is very, very tight and very close. Everybody running pretty equal back there in the pack.
Kane was 5th here in the sprint car race back in June. Of course, he won the night before the 500 that we televised from Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Now you can see Dave Darlin. He's on Tony Elliott. Now then, Hines makes a move to the inside. Doesn't have enough oomph, though, to get by Newman and has to fall in behind him.
Well, we saw Newman win at Anderson earlier this year. Of course, we've seen Tracy win a couple of the Silver Bowl races.
You can see when you dive in under the car in front of you like that, if the car doesn't stick, you've got to get on. Seems to be very stable and handling very well. You don't see any of them slipping and sliding very much.
And there goes Newman again on the low side. He may have it this time.
Gonna make it work this time. Now then, Casey Kane's come right back to the bottom side, though. Tries to pull back underneath him. Can't make it work. And that was a nice move by Ryan Newman.
Now, you know Tracy Hines will try the same thing. He saw it work for Ryan Newman. And he has his thoughts that I'm doing the same thing.
Well, I'm sure he does. But Newman did a nice job. He stayed very, very low in the center of the corner and then slid up in front of him. Now then, Tracy Hines gets down there coming off of the corner, and that's a little bit more difficult to do. But he made that work, and now that he's in the second spot.
Now, that pass that Ryan Newman made was not the classic slide job.
No, it really wasn't. He was up the side of him to the middle of the corner and then slid up in front of him coming off of the corner.
Well, Ryan Newman makes the nice pass, but right now he is under pressure from Tracy Hines as they go nose to tail down the backstretch. We'll come back with more from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Gary Lee alongside Larry Rice with Amy East in the pits, and there is the battle for the lead up in front. The yellow number 1 is Ryan Newman. Newman finished second here in August of '99 to Dave Steele, who is Hines' teammate this evening, but this is the battle up in front. And again, there is the move to the inside. Will he make it work?
Well, he did exactly the same thing to Ryan Newman that he did to Casey Kane. He stayed equal with him.
Whoa, Ryan got stuck in behind the number 47 of Justin Marvel.
Wow, Justin Marvel right in the center of the racetrack. When they came up on him, Newman had no choice but to go to the outside of him. Now that Newman gets a little bit excited, gets down to the inside, slides the back end a little bit, but it looks like Tracy Hines is going to maintain the lead. Well, you can see right here that Tracy Hines now is pulled up to a 2 or 3 car length lead. Let's see what happens now.
Well, Hines can win this thing. He'll starting spot. There's Billy Puterbaugh Jr.
He's cutting around Dave Darlin. It appears Darlin is having a heck of a time here in the features, as he obviously has missed his tire stagger or something, and he's having a heck of a time getting around race cars.
Well, he's trying to get around the Justin Marvel, number 47, does so coming off the second corner. So it's Steele, Puterbaugh, Tyler, and Darlin. As we mentioned, Darlin is your defending sprint car champion, who had a nasty flip last night at Hartford, Michigan, in a USAC midget event on a track just about this size, only it was dirt.
Right. And you can see right there, Dave Steele that's 8th position instead of 9th. That was incorrect a while ago. He's moved up to 8th spot. So now then, you're looking at 6th and 7th as Tony Ave and Eric Gordon battling for the 6th and 7th positions.
Pair of number 3s, Ave black number 3. Green and white number 3 is Eric Gordon. Eric really fell by the wayside in USAC racing for a couple of seasons. Finally has the program back together. Is once again as competitive as he was, say, 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, he just didn't have a good race car to run. Financing fell through, so now then he's back going again. So he was experimenting with some different lines, but it appears like they don't really have that race car set up all that well, so he's just following Tony Abe at this point.
Well, there is your leader coming up behind the Petty number 30.
And you can see that he's pulled out into a huge lead over Ryan Newman. Newman is almost a whole straightaway behind as Tracy Hines really has that 19 car hooked up.
There's Gerster in that blue number 76, a lap down. We look back at the number 66.
Look at Elliott.
Elliott is in third, and Casey Kane is in fourth.
Yes, Elliott's moved into third. He's gotten around Casey Kane, as Casey Kane appears to be very, very loose all of a sudden. So Elliott's moved around Casey Kane into third, and Kane running now in fourth place.
Elliott got hooked up with Jeff Walker a couple of 3 or 4 years ago, and there's great chemistry between car owner and car driver.
Right, there's McHugh, and he's running in fifth, and sixth and seventh are the 2-3 cars that we talked about earlier, but you can see there's once again the second place car. Now
there's your leader, a full straightaway advantage now between first and second.
He's just got that thing on a string. He's just so hooked up, nobody's ever going to catch him here tonight.
Well, we've seen Tracy win this season in the Silver Bullet cars at Gateway in St. Louis and at Nazareth. And Casey Kane is off the pace. Casey well, he's off song, and will bring out a yellow. No, he is on that he's on that pit lane.
White car is Elliott. Now here's the battle. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all nose to tail. As you can see, that right now, David Steele in that red car trying to move around those cars. It seems like he's a little bit faster than the 3 cars in front of him, Abe and Eric Gordon. But now then Billy Purebaugh sneaks down to the bottom and tries to get around Steele.
Thought he had Steele blocked behind the pair of 3s behind Abe and Gordon, but it didn't work. That's 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Hewitt has dropped out while we were looking. He's pulled out and into the infield, so he's out. White flag is out, Larry. As these drivers will see the white flag as they come down the straightaway. There is your leader. Now the winner, Tracy, now has won 3 straight here at IRP. A mark equaled by Mike Bliss in 93 and Dave Steele in 97. As we go back to that battle for position. That's 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th going across the finish line. And it's status quo. Yes. I think Eric Gordon got around Abe right there near the end, but everybody else pretty much stayed the same as they were. So, man, sometimes you get a race car dialed in and you get the driver dialed in, and he becomes virtually unbeatable at a racetrack, and that's the situation with Hines. Well, Tracy Hines, he likes this racetrack. Tracy Hines is a smart operator. He knows how to set a race car up. He knows what he likes at particular racetracks, and he obviously knows what he likes here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. And of course, his crew will include at times his brother Ted, who's a former midget champion at the Speedrome, and his dad Jim, who ran for many years at midgets and sprints. And you notice some of his crew members there are actually the crew of his Silver Crown car. Yeah, he's very happy right now. Let me tell you. Wife. Well, I tell you what, he had him covered. He just had him covered. Yeah. So we'll give him a chance to enjoy the jubilation in victory lane as he pulls off his helmet. They'll visit with his crew members. We'll take this break and come back to interview our winner at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Back at Raceway Park, where Tracy Hines has won for the 3rd straight time here at this racetrack. Ryan Newman takes second. Then it was Tony Elliott, Jimmy McCune, and Eric Gordon rounding out the top 5. Let's go to victory lane, Amy.
Well, I'm here with a really excited Tracy Hines. You've captured the 3-peat, 3 in a row with this team in this car at this track. Phenomenal. You just ran away from them.
And I tell you what, Amy, this car was just awesome. I mean, you know, it's the same setup I had last time, and the car was good last time, but it was awesome.